who are one of our sponsors, have been our sponsors for a very long time, which we really appreciate. And I'll hand over to Mike to let us know what the latest is at Hague.
Yeah, hi, Paul. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful North Gold Coast. I actually live in the hinterland, so I've literally got Mount Tambourine, which is probably about 5 minutes that way, and I've got the surf, which is about 20 minutes that way. And as most people have done already in their presentations, a quick weather update: 21 degrees and sunny. So there we are. So we're fully up to date on that. My name is Mike Wheble, and I'm the Managing Director of Hague Australia. And Hague Australia have been a sponsor of this event for the past 5 years. And it's very important to us to sponsor this event because we work very closely with universities and student services right across Australia. There are a number of products and solutions that we sell into the universities. And in fact, one of our products, which is our traditional security print product, is in about 85 to 95% of universities. So the majority of you will be a customer of Hague Australia. I think over the past 5 years, we've certainly seen a lot of changes within the education sector, within student services, and indeed within the technologies and solutions that we provided. I mean, if we go back to the last time that we were all together back in 2019 at Bond University, who would have thought that the next time we could all get together would be virtually? So we've all had to adapt in one form or another. We've all had to acknowledge and accept technology in our day-to-day business. When I started with Hague Australia back in 2015, I made a lifestyle choice that I wouldn't actually move to Melbourne, which is actually where our offices are. And looking at the headlines today, it's probably a good reason that I actually moved north. But the reason that I actually wanted to move remotely from the office was back in 2015, I understood that businesses can adapt and technology can be used in our day-to-day businesses. I just wish back then I'd bought some shares in Zoom at that stage. I'd be a very wealthy man at the moment. But all of this change really is culminating in the way that we actually operate and the way that we get through our day-to-day activities. Very interesting presentation from Fiona and the UWA team there about how they've actually adapted and the use of technology and the way that they've actually had to operate. The solution, one of the solutions that we provide is a product called QLess, and QLess is used in about 65 locations across Australia. It's really about allowing students to interact with student services in a way that traditionally would have been done via typically called queue management. So whether student or even a customer of a business, and we've all been customers of businesses where we go in and we use a kiosk, we get a little paper ticket and we sit and wait. Clearly in today's environment, we don't want to do that. We can still do that, but we don't want to do that. So what QLess allows students to do, it allows them to interact with student services via different mediums. And these mediums could be as simple as a mobile phone. So they can elect to view the services that are on offer at that particular time. They can elect to join a virtual queue or book an appointment for another day. That's not the end of the story, because that isn't real customer service. Really where the customer service comes into it is the fact that as an application, QLess will tell them of their wait time, keep them updated, and allow that student to interact with that service as well. So they're fully aware of how long they're going to have to wait. Clearly, we want them to wait remotely, away from the student service centre. And in fact, even in that interactive messaging, if we can complete their inquiry prior to them to coming into the student service centre, then even better. QLess, as I said, has multifaceted interaction points. So again, for universities, using your social media feeds, keeping students informed and updated of what's happening, the services on offer, event evenings, for example, and allowing students to use those social media channels to go through and book appointments or book into that particular slot as well. Going beyond that, we have businesses such as RMIT. They've been using this product actually since about 2013. Their business model is based purely and simply on concierge. So students can use their mobile phone to interact with the service, or they can come to a service centre or a service area and then speak to the concierge who could potentially remove the student from that queue if they can answer their inquiry. The final piece of the jigsaw really is around the feedback, so student feedback. At the end of a transaction, once that student has had their inquiry completed, they will automatically get a feedback link, and then as a business, you can change the model and the operations using that feedback. And that's been very successful in quite a few of our university customers, and certainly the little bit of work that we did with UTAS on their feedback surveys has helped them modify the services that they actually offer. The final piece of the jigsaw, and I know I'm using up the 5 minutes, the final piece of the jigsaw really is about the interaction between different services. So again, just as a case study, University of New South Wales deployed Qless some 2.5, 3 years ago. They have touchscreen kiosks, but they want to drive all of their student activity in student services through their app. So students are validated. When they go on their app, they use their student ID, which is validated in Microsoft Dynamics. They use Qless, which is embedded into that app to provide those interactions with the students. And when those interactions are taking place at a physical counter, or actually I should say a physical counter or in one of these sessions, because again, we interact with Zoom and also telephone callback. But there in University of New South Wales, they're using Dynamics to log the interaction points. And then once they're finished with that transaction, Dynamics automatically closes, and then they're back to Qless to then call the next student. So in summary, we've had to adapt, and I think businesses now, certainly across Australia, are now looking at new ways to operate, and it's solutions such as Qless and even the products we're using here, Zoom, that's allowing us to actually do that. So thank you very much. And one final point, I must say, Paul, congratulations on the upcoming retirement. So it's been fantastic working alongside you, and wish you every success for the future. Thanks. You're muted, Paul. Sorry, Paul, you're actually muted.
Still on mute, Paul.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep,
sorry, I'm
there
just
you are.
saying how much I appreciate your relationship we've had with Hague and your kind thoughts and wishes. Thank you very much indeed. It's been a great relationship. So we'll catch up sometime.
Absolutely. Thank you.